Grand opening. So I want to share a little bit about myself. I've been doing reads since December 25th, 2025. I was actually pushed by the Holy Spirit to do so. I had a talk with God because 2 years before that, I had found out a group of people was playing in my energy. Um, Before that, I knew it was real, but I didn't think people was actually out here doing that. I thought everybody was and what they meant they said, but unfortunately, I found out in another way in my late 30s, early 40s. So, um, I've always been on a spiritual battlefield all my life, due to the fact all my life I had to fight. All my life, ever since the age of 3, I've been going through turmoil, tumultuous things. But what I did not do is let that take me out. I didn't let it take my mind. I didn't like nobody's perfect, but what I can say is we all have choices. We all have choices. And the choices you make is the choices you choose. Whether if you make them with your mind or your heart, right? Ever since I was a child, I said I learned how to I start reading about 5. Ever since I was 5, I've been reading out the Bible. Or when I turned of age to make choices of my own, then I started reading out of other spiritual texts. But I never left my faith. I never left Jesus. I never left God. Um, I found out 2.5, 3 years ago that the people was playing in my energy. I would have dreams about what they was doing. Um, I could be excuse me, I could be driving confirmation. I could be driving and then I'll get a vision of what they're doing. Excuse me, confirmation in my energy. And what's crazy is because they use energy work, they never saw me. They never saw me. I will be looking at them through spirit, playing, conjuring up. Bless you. A little bit about me. I come from a traumatic background. I'm in recovery of coming up on 7 years. It was a time when I took medications, but we don't take medications no more because we lean on spirit. We also know how to keep our energy in check, and the energy does something with the nervous system. So we good. Um, on my spiritual journey, when I asked the Ola Room, when I asked God, when I asked Jesus, I said, "Can I pull cards?" YouTube queue, and I barely did anything on YouTube other than listen to music. One day on my YouTube queue, I turned YouTube on to listen to some music, trap rap. That's my shit. And it was a tarot reader in my queue. I never watched a tarot reading in my life until that day. And then I was reminded that the universe will send things your way when you need them. So I watched that reader, and I still watch this person every now and then to this day. Um, I asked Spirit because I was seeing this in my dreams. I asked Spirit, can I pull cards on my situation? So in my dreams, Spirit was showing me how to pull cards. So I watched how to shuffle them off the people on the TV, off the lady off the TV. It was a lady. So then, on my spiritual journey, I'm seeing things. The more they're due, the more that these people are playing in the book of spells on my ass, the more I'm ranking up spiritual because I'm not doing evil for evil. The more because God removes you, God will make things so chaotic around certain people and certain types of people because your spirit is too sensitive for that environment. So when I went into solitude this last time, when I say I did not look back, I did not include nobody. I let that phone get cut off. So when I was working at this place, because these people was playing on my phone, they was they hacked my email, like they did the most. Like they did the most. And it's okay, right? Because it's all coming back. What you put out is what you get back, right? On my spiritual journey, I learned that the more you put your head down, the more you get into your word. I learned on this spiritual journey. I've been on my journey all my life, but I learned in the last 3 or 4 years to only pray and ask for something one time. I didn't understand confirmation. I didn't understand, right? And what I understand now is because when you pray and ask for something only once, due to your dedication and your devotion to your word, and you doing your best to live your life in the way that the word is teaching you every day, your manifestations come within reach. Literally, you say, "Spirit, help me with this," or "I want that," or not no bullshit, something serious. I want love. I want peace. I want compassion. I want fresh air. I don't want my skin to break out no more. I don't like whatever. It's serious. You can't be asking for no bullshit. I want to help raise the vibration of the collective. See, because everything I did out the kindness of my heart. Everything I did in my whole entire life, I do it out the kindness of my heart. But one thing about me is I will get fed up real quick when I see it. When you're playing in my face, oh, I will cut you off so quick. So these people thought because they was used to people um, leaving and returning to them, or they push people away and the people return. Me, I've always been a runaway as well. So I can remember back to I was 3. I've been reading since I was 5. I've always been a runaway since I was 9. So I've always had the scoops. I wasn't with it. If it don't feel right, I'm out. Ever since I was a child. Most chosen people had a rough life. They actually look like they're the nicest people. No, they don't take no crap. Being where I am today, mentally and spiritually and emotionally, the moment I feel negativity in the atmosphere, pure, I don't try to work it out for nobody because I did enough for everybody else. It's time to save myself. However, the energy I put out into the universe is to help raise the vibration of the collective. I'm not into nothing negative. How did we get here? Me and my spirit is we. How did we get here? Because we asked God if we could pull cards so we could put these people on blast on the platforms. But spirit is turning it into something else. due to the fact that these people thought they were slick and they was watching tarot readings. So Spirit said we're going to use the tarot to show them that you know what they did. That's how we end up here. Who are you spiritually? Do you know what beings you embody or being? How old is your soul? Due to the fact you just didn't be born into the world and had the world on your shoulders at the age of 3, did you? Because you've been here before. You're here to clean up some carnage, some karma, something. You're here to make a difference some way, somehow. But you don't recognize that. But I recognized it before it was too late. I'm still here. What I learned is when I stopped dealing with certain people, when I stopped going certain places, when I stopped entertaining family, because them be the ones that get you, right? When I stopped entertaining family, I noticed that my diabetic numbers was going down. I noticed that they took this blood pressure pill away. I noticed I ain't got to use the breathing machine as often. I used it one time in February, and before that, it was like 9 or 10 months. God will make a way for you. Am I lonely? No, I'm a married woman. Do I work now? Yes. Do I still work for this program or this place? No, I don't. This place that I work at is a big corporation and it's world known. I work in mental health and addictions. That's where I came from. It's called lived experience. On your spiritual journey, you can't tell nobody about spirituality unless you experience it. It's lived experience. That's the secret to life. You cannot tell nobody nothing if you haven't experienced it. You can go to school all you want, but you cannot tell nobody nothing if you have not experienced it firsthand. You can't tell nobody what it's like to do anything. You can't tell nobody what this level of hell look like if you have not went there spiritually. If you have not endured it. That makes sense? Yes, the levels of hell. It's not that I turned my back on people. I just had to fix me. I gave everybody else enough time. Not only that, hurt people, right? Hurt people. Just hear me. People that's wishing oppression on you, whether they're trying to block your resources, whether they're trying to get you fired from your job, playing energy work on you. See, I'm so blessed and so fortunate. I was able to feel it because I've been in the Word of God ever since I've been gone. Ever since I've been reading the Bible since I was 5. My mom put me out when I was 14. Everywhere I lived, I had a Bible. That's all I had. Jesus was the only ones that never voted on me. I can't tell you what you believe in and how you should believe. I'm gonna tell you, being devoted to it is going to get you where you need to be. You being devoted to it is carried you through. So Confirmation.
Oh, they went fishing.
So, with that being said, in order to be chosen, you have to answer the call. You can't just say, wake up one day, oh, I'm chosen, but you still acting fucked up. I'm not saying that I never talk shit about nobody, because I have and I do. What I'm saying is I don't allow nobody else's ignorance to sway me. I do not allow that. I do not allow prejudice. I'm human. I'm going to talk shit. I do not backbite. I do not blast it. I don't do that shit. I think that's weak. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the reader that's here. I can't tell you about the next person. I can tell you about me. So when I get my downloads, every time I get a download, I do not put a video up. Because sometimes the downloads is personal. I can discern when a download is for the public and when it's for myself. My resources did get blocked for a short while, but God allowed it to see what I would do. Makes sense? He'll do it to you too. Yeah. Because the universe shows you love, right? The universe shows me love. And how I defended myself, offense, and I'm going in the right direction. The people that I'm telling y'all about, the place I used to work for, the people that was playing in my energy, the people that was doing black magic, spell work, the ex-friend, the family members that was doing it, guess what? They have been forced to stop because they have to reap what they sow. And they want to misdirect you me off their path. That's another secret. So I can't speak about nobody else, but I can speak for myself. Nothing's perfect. Anything you get off of this channel, it might not be in a formal manner, but I'm not ordinary either. I'm not orthodox. Some people, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something else too. Some people don't want you to have nothing due to the fact that because they never had nothing, or they was too afraid to jump off the porch. I've been off the porch since I was 5. I'm laughing at it, and it wasn't because I wanted to be fast. I had an absent parent. So we all have choices. My mother was a prostitute. She ain't sold her body and I don't know how long. I could care less. But me and my siblings, we don't have fathers. We're bastard children. I laugh at that because God is our father. Right? I didn't sell my body when I was out there. I always had a job. I didn't have to. When I was getting high, I didn't sell my body. I went to work. Now, and that's the truth, spirit. Now, oh yeah, we cooking spirit said. So in addiction, this is where I was crippled at because when I was in addiction, is when I will always return back to the nest that I wasn't wanted in. I would always return back to friends and other family members where I wasn't appreciated at or wanted at, where people will only want me for my abundance or my material or because I have a job on layman's terms or because I got access to money or access to somebody with money. Well, in addiction is when I found God solely. God said, worship me in spirit and in truth. Now, I've always been reading the Bible and always been trying to walk in the upright all my life. Do what's right from the elders and stuff like that. I've always tried to do what's right. But what I didn't do was do what I was taught. I didn't do that. Selling your bike. I mean, that wasn't my preference. But if somebody gotta do it, that's what they gotta do, right? But in today's time, there is no reason to be doing it because I be here because I work in addictions and mental health. So I hear uh, they out there selling themselves short, real short, real short. And what's sad about it is because the frontal lobe was crashed, right? It collapsed, and um, the frontal lobe collapsed. Why you wake my baby? And so the frontal lobe collapsed, and so that's all they know because they in fight or flight mode. But what God did for you, because all the trauma that I've been through, what God did for me, I'm speaking on here like I'm in a reading, but what God did for me is ever since I was 3, I was going through traumatic events and abuse, 29, 22, 22, 29 on a timer, and 22, 33. And what I've recovered was the front part of my brain, that fight and flight and fright mode. I ain't scared of nothing. I'm not running from nothing, but I'm not entertaining no negativity either because that's not what I do. Not saying perfect, but ain't no food either. In addiction, God said, worship me in spirit and in truth. In addiction, I will be under the influence of drugs, of the substance I used. And in addiction, I always read my Bible and called out to God. I didn't forget God because I didn't want Him to forget me when I needed Him the most. It was faded when I did. It was faded. But if I didn't get, but if I didn't stick with God while I was going through the wilderness, it was fated for me to get sober when I did. But will God be here for me right now, the way He is? Will my relationship be like this with God? Will I have this much faith in God if I didn't acknowledge God the way I do, the way I did in the past, to that leads me up to where I'm at today? I don't know, but what I do know is I'm happy I went through everything. I mean, I'm not gloating and shit. Don't think that. No, I'm grateful for everything I've experienced. Was it supposed to be like that? Somebody playing in your energy field and you could feel it and you could see them. The Bible tells us that we could we dream dreams. But was you supposed to see it the way we see it today? I don't think so. Because Spirit wanted to make it to where we remember where we come from, not be shown. It was like a cheat sheet. I just wanted to share a little bit about the reader. You know, me, this one, us, where we come from, how we end up here. Me and my spirit. We got here because somebody was playing in our energy. And we asked God, we asked Jesus, can we pull to road course so we can call them out? Because they're not going to believe us at the courthouse. And, which granted, so I just wanted to share a little bit about myself with y'all because I don't tell nobody nothing. Man. So until next time, remember to pick up a sword of some sort.
Hey, baby.
And say your prayers. Ashe. Yes.